Hey folks, this is Soul with a crash course through Plunderstorm. We're going to cover some of the basics. A lot of this mode is about learning with your hands really, and I'll cover the changes and additions that happened since the first Plunderstorm. If this helps out and you want to support the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and catch me when I'm live. Plunderstorm runs from now until February 18th. To get started, open the main line or the War Within client, progress to your character select screen, and towards the top, click the Mode button. This will let you toggle between the War Within and Plunderstorm. You can create and customize your character, and also access the Plunder store at the top or on the side there, which happens to also explain the very basics of how Plunderstorm works. Inside the Plunder store is the collection of all cosmetics available to buy from both the current and the previous season. Click to buy once you have enough currency, and you can refund your purchases within 3 hours. Solo and duo games are immediately available. There might be a chance trios will come later, and there's a new practice mode, which is basically the lobby area without having to go into the game. While in this or the normal lobby, you can access the Plunder store, join a match, or be directed to where you can change your appearance. Just south of here where you spawn, there are vendors who will sell all the different items and spells and utilities, including new items, all for the purpose of practice. I'm going to cover the new items introduced this season, starting with the damage dealing moves. Celestial Barrage is a hold to charge kind of ability. It fires off a series of moonbeams at really long range. You also take a hop backwards to position yourself for the attack. Aura of Zealotry does a couple of things. It passively increases your run speed for you and allies. When cast, it lays down a kind of super consecration, and while standing in it, your melee attacks are boosted, and run speed is increased even further. Under utility moves, Void Tear lays down a beacon that lasts for around 10 seconds or so. Within that time, you can use Void Tear again to teleport to this beacon, and it'll also detonate, slowing enemies within the shockwave. Call Gale Feather lets you target an area and turns it into a kind of ring of peace, denying players from passing through. This lasts for about 8 seconds. My suggestion is to give practice mode a go for the sake of understanding how each of the powers work. Like, maybe you'll find a favorite. Maybe you'll think you found a favorite, only to realize it's not as effective on targets that move and hit you back. A bit of a hint, my favorite powers for plunder farming especially are the ones that have great range or just lots of throughput, like Fire Whirl, Storm Archon, Earthbreaker, and Celestial Barrage. Another tip is, while practicing, don't be shy about wanting to change your button layout if that doesn't feel great. Now let's join a match from the practice lobby. Hit join match and choose solo or duo if you've got a battle tag buddy. While you're in the lobby and as the player count reaches 60 players, a map will eventually pop up that lets you select the relative area to appear over. This is new. Green is presumably a safe spawn, then yellow and red for, I guess, more dangerous spawns. My advice, though, is to choose an area that's next to where you actually want to spawn, but not exactly over it. That way, when you do appear over the sky, you can spend some time in the area looking at where you want to land and see if the coast is clear. So basically, you want to choose a nearby spawn point and then give yourself more time to choose your actual landing spot. The Plunderstorm gameplay doesn't seem to have changed much at all, but we should expect some fine-tuning after early feedback. It's a little bit cleaner. Once killed, you're given a bit more sleek of a UI. You can immediately re-queue from this screen, access the Plunder store to immediately spend your gains. You can leave and also spectate as before. Daily quests are still in to award big initial gains, as well as a match-based quest to complete a few objectives for smaller but repeatable rewards. In the first hour or so of playing, I received enough plunder to purchase the entire transmog ensemble from this current season, which kind of gives you an example of how long it might take to farm up your most desired rewards. On the other hand, Plunderstorm's also about the gameplay, and the action's just as chaotic as it always is. There are two kinds of players participating here: the players who are farming plunder, and the players who are farming players, if you know what I mean. But more likely it's a little bit of both, so, relax, have fun, target the rewards that interest you the most, and that's the guide. Please like it if it's helpful, subscribe, and catch me live. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.